Hello and welcome to Richard's Kitchen. Today we're going to be cooking salmon fish cakes with a butter sauce. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below, hit the like button and share. A full list of ingredients will be in the description below. We need to begin by preparing the salmon, and you can ask your fishmonger to take off the skin and remove the pin bones. This piece here came with the skin on, so I'm just going to run a knife down the back to remove it. So to cook the salmon, I've lined a tray here with some tin foil, and this is to capture all of the juices that come out of the salmon that we're going to put back into the fish cakes to give it a fantastic flavour. Lay the salmon on 150 grams of finely diced onions. Then pour over 150 millilitres of dry white wine. Squeeze over the juice of half a lemon, scatter with some freshly picked dill and season with some sea salt. Cook the salmon in a preheated oven at 160 degrees centigrade or 320 degrees Fahrenheit for between 15 and 20 minutes. So for the base of the fish cakes, we're going to make some mashed potato, and for this recipe we need 500 grams of Maris Piper or King Edward potatoes. Make sure you season the water with some salt, and be careful not to overcook the potatoes, otherwise it will become too wet when we're shaping the fish cakes. Now add 25 grams of unsalted butter and mash those potatoes until they're really soft and creamy. After 15 to 20 minutes, remove the salmon from the oven and then drain off all of that lovely cooking liquor. Put the cooked salmon to one side as we add the cooking juices to the mashed potato. Put the cooking juices into a small pan and put back on the heat. We're going to reduce this right down until we have a couple of tablespoons of pure flavour. Add the cooking juices to the mashed potato, along with the salmon that we put to one side, and then season with a little bit of sea salt. Mix the salmon into the potato, being careful not to overmix it. When I do this, I always make sure that there are big chunks of salmon left in the fish cake mix. Now it's time to shape the fish cakes, and whatever the size is down to you. This mix will make 8 by 115 gram size fish cakes. Always use some flour to shape the fish cakes to stop them from sticking, and I tend to use some weighing scales to make sure that each fish cake is the same size. Now put them in the fridge for a couple of hours to chill. So after a couple of hours, the fish cakes are ready to cover in breadcrumbs. First, dip the fish cakes into some seasoned flour, and when totally covered, shake off any excess flour. Then submerge them in some egg and milk, and when they've been completely submerged, cover them in the breadcrumbs, making sure that they are completely covered. Before we fry the fish cakes, we're going to need to make a butter sauce. So in a pan, add 120 millilitres of fish or vegetable stock and 80 millilitres of dry white wine. Reduce this down by 2/3, which means there will be 1/3 of the volume left in the pan, and then add 160 millilitres of double or heavy cream. Cook this for a minute or two, and then we need to add 50 grams of unsalted butter to make it a butter sauce. Whilst the sauce is simmering, add 2 small pieces of butter at a time, stirring them in and melting them completely before adding the next 2. Make sure you keep stirring the sauce, and if it goes a bit thick, just add a little bit of water. Now add 25 grams of tomato concasse and some chopped dill. The link for chopping the tomato concasse is at the top of the screen right now. Season the sauce with sea salt and give it one last stir. The sauce should be beautifully creamy and have a butter-like colour. Keep this warm whilst we cook the fish cakes. So to cook the fish cakes, we're going to deep fry them at 170 degrees centigrade or 335 degrees Fahrenheit for between 5 and 6 minutes. And when the fish cakes are cooked, make sure you drain them well before serving. And now it's time to serve, and these fish cakes are absolutely full of salmon and they're packed with flavour. I've served them here with some steamed whole beans, which will counterbalance the decadent, rich, buttery sauce. And you know they taste absolutely delicious.